Hi, everyone. Today we're continuing our State of the School District series, and this episode is a little different because we are not looking at one school district. We are looking at a county where the school decision is often confusing before it is even academic. Today's subject is Denton County, Texas. We already published the writtensschooldecision.com report on Denton County, and this is the accompanying audio podcast. The written report goes deeper into the tables, source notes, district comparisons, and real estate data. Here, I want to walk through the story in plain English. Before we get into Denton County, let me briefly explain who we are and why we are doing this work. I am Eric, the founder of schooldecision.com by Formative Spaces, Inc. We help families, educators, and communities understand schools and districts through source-backed profiles, district reports, performance data, program context, athletics and activity coverage, and clear comparisons. Our goal is to make school decisions more factual, more navigable, and more useful. The reason I built this organization was because I felt that the incumbent school rating sites were questionable at best for schooling and home buying decisions I was making for my own young children. I have a background in advanced data analytics and data science, so I figured this is something I could build and do better instead of complaining to my wife about my issues with the incumbent sites. We also recently changed our domain from schooldata.ai to schooldecision.com. Part of that was practical. We wanted a name that would perform better in Google search and make it clearer what the site is about. But the larger reason is strategic. We are not analyzing school data for its own sake. We are trying to help families make better schooling decisions. The point is not just data, the point is decision making. So with that in mind, let's talk about Denton County. The first thing to understand is that Denton County is not a simple school map. This may sound basic, but it is the most important point in the entire report. In Texas, school district boundaries do not line up neatly with county boundaries, city boundaries, or subdivision names. A family can live in Denton County and be zoned to Denton ISD, Lewisville ISD, Northwest ISD, Argyle ISD, Aubrey ISD, Little Elm ISD, Lake Dallas ISD, Krum ISD, Sanger ISD, Ponder ISD, Pilot Point ISD, Slidell ISD, Frisco ISD, Prosper ISD, Celina ISD, or Carrollton-Farmers Branch ISD, depending on the exact address. That is not a small technical detail. That is the whole story. If you are moving from outside Texas, especially from the Northeast or California, you might assume that buying in a city tells you the schools. In Denton County, that can be a costly assumption. You can tour homes in Frisco, Little Elm, Prosper, Aubrey, Northlake, Flower Mound, Carrollton, or Denton, and still need to ask a very basic question. What school district is this exact address in, and which campuses does it feed into? That is why this report is not called The Best Schools in Denton County. That would be too simple and probably misleading. The better question is, where do school quality, housing price, growth risk, and student opportunity line up in a way that actually helps families make a decision? Denton County is growing quickly. The census estimate used in the report puts the county at a little over 1.06 million residents in 2025, up 18% from the 2020 estimate's base, with 22.5% of residents under 18. So this is not just a retirement or lifestyle market, it is a major family relocation market, but the growth is not evenly distributed. Some districts are still growing, some are trying to manage new home demand, some are dealing with slower growth or even enrollment decline. Some districts are expensive because the market already knows the school brand. Others are cheaper because the academic story is less proven or because the school value is more complicated. The report asks two questions. First, what does the school data say, especially when we separate economically disadvantaged and non-economically disadvantaged student results? Second, does the housing market seem to be rewarding the same districts that the school data rewards? The short answer is this. There are possible bargains, but there is no free lunch. Northwest ISD is the strongest fully sourced school and housing candidate in the report. Sanger and Aubrey look cheaper and worth watching, but the evidence is thinner. Carrollton-Farmers Branch ISD may be more interesting than its reputation suggests for certain Denton County or Carrollton area buyers. Lewisville ISD has some very strong, high-end pockets and unusually broad programs, but its district-wide subgroup gaps are large. Argyle, Frisco, Prosper, and parts of Flower Mound are strong, but the housing market already knows that. So the Denton County school decision is not really a county decision, it is an address decision. Let's start with the high-end districts. Argyle ISD is the easiest one to understand. It is A-rated, it has a strong academic identity, it has a serious extracurricular record. Argyle High School won the Class 5A Academic State Championship in 2025, its third straight title and its 18th in school history. Argyle's theater department also had a strong showing at the Texas Thespian State Festival. Local reporting also had Flower Mound and Argyle finishing in the top 3 in their UIL Lone Star Cup classifications, which includes academic, athletic, and music competition performance. That is a real school brand. But the housing market has not missed it. The report used a Redfin median sale price of about $727,000 for Argyle for the 3 months ending April 2026. That does not mean Argyle is overpriced. It means Argyle is not a hidden school bargain. If a family chooses Argyle, they are likely paying for a known district with a known reputation. There is also growth pressure. Reporting cited in the report said Argyle ISD had about 6,500 students heading into 2025 to 26 and was projected to reach 11,300 within a decade. That is a lot of growth for a district that families often think of as smaller and more controlled. Argyle may be excellent, but it is not static. Frisco and Prosper are similar in a different way. They matter in Denton County because many Eastern Denton County buyers will see homes tied to those districts. They also matter because they anchor expectations. Parents moving from out of state often know those names before they know the local boundary map. Frisco remains a large-scale academic force. Prosper remains a premium growth district. Both have strong school brands, but they are not the low-cost route to Denton County school quality. The report used Redfin figures showing Frisco around $662,000 and Prosper around $826,000 for the relevant 3-month period. The subgroup data also adds some caution. Frisco had a 37-point gap between non-economically disadvantaged and economically disadvantaged star meets results. Prosper had a 29-point gap. That does not make them bad districts. It does mean that reputation alone is not enough. Families should ask what they are paying for, which campuses they are assigned to, and whether the price premium is worth it for their child. Now let's talk about Lewisville ISD because it may be the district where the average is least useful. Lewisville ISD serves areas like Lewisville, Flower Mound, Highland Village, the Colony, and parts of Carrollton. But a family in Flower Mound may experience Lewisville ISD very differently from a family in another part of the district. The district has real program strength. It has programs of choice. It has career and technical education. It has language programs, STEM academy, and a collegiate academy. Its fine arts department covers art, band, choir, dance, music, orchestra, and theater across 5 high schools, 15 middle schools, and 40 elementary campuses. That is a serious opportunity system. But the district-wide subgroup split is a problem. In the direct data we used, non-economically disadvantaged students were at 72% all subject star meets. Economically disadvantaged students were at 33%. That is a 39-point gap, the largest directly sourced gap in the report. So if you are a family considering Lewisville ISD, the question is not simply whether Lewisville is good or bad. That is the wrong frame. The question is which campus path, which student profile, which programs, which neighborhood, and which price. There is also an enrollment issue. Reporting in the report said Lewisville ISD was considering how to relocate programs as enrollment falls. And that district official said Elm ISD now graduates more students each year than it enrolls in kindergarten. That is a very different problem from what fast growth districts face. It can affect facilities, staffing, programs, and possibly school closures or consolidations. That brings us to Northwest ISD. Northwest ISD is the report's strongest school housing story. It is not the highest rated district. It is not the cheapest. It is not the safest choice for every family, but it has the best combination of current school data, program breadth, moderate housing prices compared with the prestige markets, and still enough upside to deserve attention. Northwest is B-rated. It had about 31,996 students in the TX schools profile used in the report. It had 28% economically disadvantaged enrollment. It had 41% grade 8 Algebra 1 participation, which is a useful early signal for advanced math access. Its direct subgroup split was 63% non-economically disadvantaged and 37% economically disadvantaged, a 26-point gap. Again, those are not elite numbers, but they look better when set against price and scale. The report used Redfin figures showing Northlake around $515,000 and Justin around $435,000, below Argyle, Prosper, Frisco, and Flower Mound. Northwest also has broad CTE programming and academies. Its own materials describe 4-year high school career academies and programs of study across its high schools. It is big, spread out, and still building. That last part is also the risk. Northwest ISD serves more than 32,000 students across 14 cities, towns, and communities in 3 counties. It has been classified as fast growth for more than 25 years. The district's 2023 bond package is adding capacity for 8,400 new students. A 2026 report cited in our report said there were more than 1,500 houses available for purchase in the district at the end of the first quarter. So Northwest is not a simple bargain. It is a district to investigate seriously. A family looking there should ask which campus, which subdivision, which planned boundary changes, which high school pathway, and what happens if the district keeps growing. Now let's talk about Denton ISD. Denton ISD is the Central City District. It is more affordable than the highest priced parts of the county. It is more diverse. It has real practical program assets, but it is not a top test score district. The report shows Denton ISD as B rated with 33,228 students, 48.3% economically disadvantaged enrollment, and 20% grade 8 Algebra 1 participation. The direct subgroup split was 61% non-economically disadvantaged and 31% economically disadvantaged. That is not where a family would look if the only goal is the highest test score profile. But that is not the only reason families choose schools. Denton has LaGrone Academy, which is one of the more practical assets in the county. The district's materials reference programs, including Fire Academy, EMT, Cosmetology, Aviation, Ground School, Automotive, and HVAC. Denton also has a university town feel, a different kind of civic identity, and lower home prices than the prestige suburbs. The report used a Denton median sale price around $379,000. For some families, Denton ISD may be the right trade-off: more affordability, more city feel, strong practical pathways, but lower district-wide academic results. That is not a recommendation to choose it blindly. It is a reason not to dismiss it blindly. Carrollton-Farmers Branch ISD is another interesting case. It is not a clean Denton County district because it is based in Dallas County, but it matters for some Denton County and Carrollton area buyers. The district is B rated. It serves a high-need student population with 64% economically disadvantaged enrollment in the profile used in the report. Its direct subgroup split was 59% non-economically disadvantaged and 38% economically disadvantaged, a 21-point gap. That economically disadvantaged rate is slightly higher than Northwest's and above Denton, Lewisville, and Lake Dallas in the scan. That is worth noticing. It does not mean Carrollton-Farmers Branch is secretly better than all the prestige districts. It means the district may be doing more than its reputation suggests, especially given the student population it serves. The real estate picture also matters. The report used a Carrollton citywide median sale price around $409,000 and downtown Carrollton around $335,000. Some parts of Carrollton are much more expensive than that, especially zip code 75010, but there may be parts of the market where buyers are under-reading the district or over-reading old perceptions. The caution is campus variation. As with Lewisville and Northwest, the address matters. Sanger and Aubrey are the 2 watchlist districts for lower-cost buyers. Sanger is B-rated, small, and much cheaper than the prestige markets. The report used a Sanger median sale price around $318,000. It also found campus bright spots in Sanger's TAPR materials, including distinction designations at several campuses, but we did not surface a direct district-level 2025 non-economically disadvantaged versus economically disadvantaged star split. Without that, Sanger should not be called a proven hidden academic winner. It is a price-to-rating candidate. That is a narrower claim, but a more honest one. Aubrey is similar, but with an even clearer growth angle. The report used a median sale price around $303,000. Aubrey is B-rated and classified by the Texas Tribune as a fast-growing non-metropolitan district, but its grade 8 Algebra 1 participation was only 20%, which is below Northwest, Lewisville, Argyle, Lake Dallas, Little Elm, Krum, Carrollton-Farmers Branch, Frisco, Prosper, and Celina in the scan. The direct subgroup split was also not surfaced. So Aubrey may be a real estate bet on growth. The school evidence is not yet as strong as the price story. Lake Dallas and Corinth sit in the middle. Lake Dallas ISD is more affordable than the top tier, and its direct subgroup split, 59% non-econ and 34% econ, is not terrible. But it is not strong enough to carry the district on its own. A family that likes the area, likes the lake access, and finds the right campus fit should take a look. But this is not the clearest hidden school story. Then there are the smaller North County districts, Krum, Ponder, Pilot Point, and Slidell. These districts offer lower prices and smaller school systems, which some families will like. But the current district-level academic data does not support a broad claim that these are undiscovered school winners. Krum is cheaper but C-rated. Ponder is small and affordable, with some signs that the high school may be stronger than the district rating suggests, but the data is incomplete. Pilot Point has low prices, but not enough academic evidence in this report to call it a county-wide bargain. Slidell is very small, with an interesting grade 8 Algebra 1 signal, but too small for broad relocation conclusions without a campus-level review. For these districts, the right phrase is not hidden gem. The right phrase is affordable options to inspect. That may sound less exciting, but it is more useful. Now let's step back from the individual districts and talk about what the report really says. The report does not find one magic district where everything lines up perfectly. High achievement, low home prices, broad programs, modest growth risk, and strong subgroup outcomes. That is not what Denton County gives families. Denton County gives families trade-offs. If you want the known high-end brands, you can look at Argyle, Frisco, Prosper, or the Flower Mound side of Lewisville ISD. But you are probably paying for a reputation the market already understands. If you want a stronger school housing balance, Northwest ISD deserves the first look. But you have to do the campus and boundary work because growth is part of the story. If you want affordability and practical pathways, Denton ISD may be worth considering, especially for families who value CTE and a city feel more than prestige suburb test scores. If you are willing to look at a high-need B-rated district, Carrollton-Farmers Branch may be more interesting than many people assume. If you want lower home prices and a future growth story, Sanger and Aubrey are worth watching, but not yet proven. If you want the lowest prices, districts like Krum, Ponder, Pilot Point, and Slidell may come into view, but the academic case becomes thinner and more address-specific. One of the most important lessons is that school ratings do not replace judgment. A district rating can start the research, it should not end it. A district can have a good rating and still have large subgroup gaps. A district can have a modest rating and still have a strong program or a strong high school. A district can be cheaper because it is overlooked or cheaper because the school data really is weaker. A district can be expensive because it is overhyped or expensive because the schools, programs, peers, and community experience are genuinely strong. The only way to separate those cases is to look at the details. That includes subgroup results. In this report, we paid close attention to economically disadvantaged and non-economically disadvantaged student performance. That matters because top-line averages can reward demographics as much as schools. If a district serves a very affluent student population, its average results may look great, even if we do not know how much the school itself is adding. If a district serves more economically disadvantaged students and still performs reasonably well, that may be a different kind of strength. This is why Carrollton-Farmers Branch stood out. It serves a high-need population and still had a direct economically disadvantaged star meets rate of 38%, slightly above Northwest in the directly sourced scan. That does not make it elite. It makes it interesting. It is also why Lewisville needs a careful read. The non-econ rate is strong, the econ rate is much lower. A family in a high-performing pocket may love the district. A family elsewhere may experience a very different system, and it is why Northwest deserves attention. Its numbers are not spectacular, but they are good enough, balanced enough, and paired with enough program breadth and housing value to make it the best current school housing candidate in the report. The real estate side is just as important. School reputation usually shows up in home prices. Argyle, Prosper, Frisco, and Flower Mound are the clearest examples. These places may be excellent, but they are not invisible to buyers. The market knows. That does not mean families should avoid them. It means families should be honest about what they are buying. If you pay the premium, make sure the assigned campus path, commute, home, community, and extracurricular environment justify it. The bigger opportunity may be in places where the school story is not as clean or famous, but still strong enough for the right family. That is where schooldecision.com can help. We are trying to find the places where the market may be under-reading a school system or oversimplifying it. In Denton County, that probably means deeper work on Northwest, Sanger, Carrollton-Farmers Branch, Aubrey, Lake Dallas, and selected Denton ISD pathways. It also means not pretending that lower price alone equals value. The program side matters too. Lewisville has broad fine arts and choice programs. Denton has LaGrone Academy. Northwest has CTE academies and programs of study. Argyle has a strong academic and extracurricular competition record. These things are not side notes. They are part of how families experience a school system. A student interested in engineering, health sciences, aviation, cosmetology, automotive, EMT, theater, dance, music, agriculture, or early college may not be served equally by every good district. That is why district fit is more than a rating. So where does this leave us? Denton County is not as neat as Collin County. In Collin, Wiley gave us a cleaner subgroup adjusted value signal. Denton County does not give us that kind of easy answer. Instead, it gives us a more realistic one. The strongest district brands are expensive. The cheaper districts need more verification. The middle candidates come with growth risk. The mature districts may have enrollment decline. The Central City District has affordability and CTE assets, but lower test results. The high-need boundary district may be better than its reputation. The fast growth districts may change quickly. That is exactly why families need better information. If you are thinking about moving to Denton County, the advice is simple. Do not shop by county. Do not shop by city name alone. Do not shop by district reputation alone. Start with the exact address. Confirm the school district. Confirm the assigned elementary, middle, and high school. Look at subgroup performance. Look at the campus rating, not just the district rating. Look at program access. Look at growth and possible boundary changes. Then compare that full school path to the price of the home. That is where the savings may be, and that is also where the mistakes happen. For parents, Denton County can offer a lot: space, newer housing, access to Dallas-Fort Worth jobs, strong school brands, lower cost growth markets, and several districts worth a serious look. But the county is not self-explanatory. You have to do the work. That is why we wrote the report, and that is why we are doing these audio episodes. At schooldecision.com, our goal is not to tell every family to move to the same place. It is to help families ask better questions, use better evidence, and make decisions with fewer blind spots. Denton County is a perfect example of that mission. It is not about finding the one best district. It is about understanding the trade-offs before you buy the house. If you want the full written report, including the data tables, source notes, district comparisons, and real estate context, you can find it at schooldecision.com in our reports section. Thanks for listening. We'll keep going county by county, district by district, with the same basic standard. No rankings for the sake of rankings, no district marketing, and no shortcuts where the data says the answer depends on the address. This has been schooldecision.com by Formative Spaces, Inc. See you in the next report.